Yo, what's up, guys? Caveman here. I don't know what it is, but I am just like having a hard time getting my words out today. So like, do you work? I mean, yeah, most of us work, right? Like, most of us have jobs, and some of us might get paid full time or part time or whatever. But have you ever asked your employer, especially if you're like a part time person, you wanted full time, but for some odd reason they denied you, and you're like, oh, you're stuck as part time, but then you're kind of like sitting there stressing, well, you don't make enough money, you can't pay all the bills. I mean, if you're lucky, maybe you have your partner or your spouse or your wife or whoever, that helps pay the rent, but then you feel guilty because you're like, well, you know you only get like half of 1,000, give or take, depending where you work, part time. um and then on top of that, it's like the job that you're working at, it's like it's constantly standing, constantly moving, constantly doing something. Like, they don't like you just staying around doing nothing. They don't like you staying around talking. They don't like you staying around, period. They don't even like you wandering, even if it's like, just to go to the bathroom, or, maybe you wanted to go take your 15, but it's peak hours and you can't leave because, you gotta help with unload a truck, or maybe, it's just like, I don't know what it is, but like, maybe someone told me it's just because I'm getting old. Maybe that's what it is. I'm 37, about to be 38 in a couple of days, on the 16th of August, and I am like only been here for maybe close to 2 months, and I already hate working retail. Like, I absolutely cannot stand it. But if I quit this job, I'm not going to be hireable, because the first job I quit was retail, but then the other two jobs were more like fast food and working a gas station, which is more, retail, give or take. Either way, you know, especially working in the restaurant part of the gas station. I hated the fast food, making the burgers and all that stuff. I couldn't keep up. I didn't like how I was being treated. I couldn't even read the orders because the tickets would come out, not printed properly. And then I got overwhelmed with the restaurant job, with the making the pizzas and stuff. So if I quit this job working in a grocery store, I'm not gonna be able to work anywhere. I'm not gonna be able to get a job. But then my one buddy's like, "Oh, you could always sign up through a company that helps you find jobs and stuff." And it's a little place called like Pinmac or something. I mean, I think there's like places similar, especially if you like live in California. I think it's called like Pride Industries or something like that. Or there's like, I don't know, there's all kinds of like places that help you go find jobs, or they'll put you on a job spot, and then they'll see how you do, and then if you, as long as you keep calling in and let them know that you're available to work, that they'll keep recruiting you to do jobs. But anyways, yeah, it's just been such a pain. Like, I don't know what it is. I just feel so drained. I feel so empty. I just feel exhausted all the time. I come home and I like passed out, and it's just now 12:17, you know, at night, whatever. But technically in the morning, because it says 12:17 a.m. Um, and I'm just like so sick and tired. But then it's like, if I quit my job, I'm not gonna be able to pay the rent, pay the bills, whatever I gotta do, And it's like, I'm in this situation where it's like I cannot stop working. Somebody gave me a good idea though. If I ever decide to do quit my job, that I need to find a job to replace it. So if I do quit that job, I need to be looking for other jobs, and hopefully I get hired somewhere. But then again, I really don't know who or what would be hiring, and if it's another retail job, like, am I really gonna want to work there if I hate retail? Like, I don't know. It's just, I thought I could do it, but it's not looking so good. And then the first retail job I ever did, I felt like everybody hated me because of my speed, or they didn't like how I did things, or I did it wrong, or I was taught wrong, or poor training, or like poor management, and it's just like it's really getting to me now. Like working this like third retail job, and now it feels like it's all on me. Like my speed is not up to par, my workflow is not up to par, or I'm not getting things done on time or whatever. And I'm like, okay, if I'm only making $500, maybe a little bit more than that, like would I really want to push myself to like really do all that stuff? Like I really don't want to keep pushing on myself, so hard that I'm gonna exhaust myself and keel over or pass out. So I'm just gonna like not work so hard. So yeah, it's just been a really crazy day. um it's just been really bad today. It's been, stressful. And then, so now they're wanting to move me somewhere else that's maybe not so demanding. But if I fail the other part of the grocery store, which is dry, then, and not getting all the dry stocked, then it's not going to look so good. It's not going to look, you know, good on my part. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to come out on here and just kind of talk, kind of let things out. I don't like that I bottle all my emotions. I don't like that I hide everything. And I used to be so open, I used to be so willing to share, and then now it's like I don't know if I even care anymore, or if I'm just so burnt out or so empty. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a crazy year for me. It hasn't been a good year. It's been awful just trying to work and survive. So, yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. It was nice talking to y'all, but have a good one. All right, peace.